Happy Friday. Yes, All right, price is starting to make a little bit of sense. Still far from where, well, not far, but away from where I would feel comfortable fading. I would love for it to pop more into the 199s, but I am seeing icebergs on both sides with VIX now in the 25s. I am expecting price to pop now, and the books are starting to show that as well, which is kind of a good sign for us because we want to fade the distribution, the weekly distribution, May 5th to the 9th. Just don't want it to happen before cash open. Interactive brokers. Okay. So yeah, speaking about that. All right. So yeah, if it pops higher, that would be great. I still have 199 puts in my active trader. That makes the most sense. And now that we're popping into the distribution of that week, now I feel a little better about it. There is a iceberg forming on the buy side too, which I is probably the distribution down at 198. So that gives 198.02. So that gives a nice profit if we were to pop higher first. So it makes sense. Keep my eye on that because it's just steady rolling. It's not building, but it's rolling. There is a wall that's forming on the sell side too. Okay. Yeah, it's steady rolling, and a little smaller one came in too. So they're rolling, but they're not building. 200 puts, 199 and 198 puts are in my watch list, with 199s are in my active trader. Prices are very cheap, but we know that's going to change. All right. Let's see what they're going to do because there's a huge wall of selling. So, okay, so there's another buying iceberg, but they're not building it. And it's gonna watch it to see if they remove it or not. So my thought is that we should pop higher, which is great again for us. Get back into distribution. If we do the distribution of the ninth, that's even better. All right, 42 seconds into cash. So I see someone private message me. I'll answer that once the market's over. I can't focus on answering your question and what's on the charts. All right. Alrighty. 5 seconds into cash. Good, that nice pop. All right, market is opening now. Let's see what the oh, okay. So options for 199s have been pretty expensive. They're going for $119. So pretty expensive. All right, so that's a good pop. We're in the distribution of the week, which is great. Okay, so there's orders on both sides, so that don't look good for either one of us. Buyer imbalances. Price dropped to $99 or 91 now, which is pretty widespread. 88 to 91 is a high spread. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. All right, so we see that pop. bunch of sell imbalances popped in. There's still that rolling buying one too. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. All right, the spread is a lot better. 83. So now we're in the 200s. I'm gonna stick to 199 puts. So which is now $76, so $3 spread. So that's even better. Still have a rolling buyer and balance that I just need to keep our eyes on as we pop higher. So now we are in the distribution of the ninth. Still gonna stick with the 199s, even though we're in 250s. And it's just to make sure, let me see that the delta's good. Yep, delta's still in the 30s, so that's still good. Definitely not pulling the trigger here. There's a rolling buyer. And yeah, they keep building on the buying right now, so there's no go on selling. Delta's still 32, so that's still good for us, but not for the orders. Mm. All right, there's a wall of selling. Some buy stops are getting hit. I'm going to switch to the 200s as anything below 30 will not work, which is now going for $91 per contract. All right, that wall of buying is starting to go away. Seeing a lot of selling come in. Again, the spread is not the best. Technically, this 5 minute rotation, which is almost over, there's a lot more selling than buying in this candle. Some buy stops. And its price is going up and up until this distribution of the ninth. There's no interest. 200s are going for 200 puts are going for $80 per contract. Okay, now I see a nice sell in iceberg, which is building orders. So the bigger players are basically building their orders. 201s. I don't have 201 puts on my orange list, and I won't add it. And if we go further than that, then I just won't be looking for it. Because then that's actually in between, yeah, another distribution. So right now, price is playing in between well, actually inside the distribution of the ninth, but open up between two distributions. There is a million four, what was it? 1.1 million in volume. And big buyer just stepped in, so it's definitely not a go here. There's a wall of selling that just popped in there too. $67 per contract on 200s. And it looked like the buying is looking kind of good here. Just hit the extreme low of last session. The spread is great on the 200s. Not happening fast enough. Want to see, it looks like it's trying, just not there yet. Okay, there's a sell iceberg, a big one. 202 puts, I'm entering now, 66 per contract. That was a big, big one. They just popped in. Another one. Let's see if some follow through. 66 is my entry price is now 70. Right at the top of that distribution of the ninth. Come on, sellers. There we go. I see a big one. There we go. I think they're starting to jump into it. It looks like they're trying to. Excuse me. Okay, another iceberg sell, pretty big. Eh, Come on, sellers. That was a huge order that just came in there. Did I say 202s? I'm sorry. 200 puts. If I said 202s, it's 200s. All right, come on, put. I see the sellers were there, and man, a big buyer just stepped in there. Come on, sellers. 66 was my entry. 46 will be my out if it doesn't work out. See, every time they pop higher, they drop it. That's a good sign. All right. There's a wall of buying that is there, but they're deleting orders. 202. I'm sorry. I keep saying 202. 200. I don't know why I'm stuck on 202. 200 puts. They're there. And every time price drops, the buyers go away. That's a good sign. It's just not happening fast enough. So 66 is my entry is now 67, so I'm like a dollar in profit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Back in there. See, all right, 72. I'm almost at 10. If I can just get that extra. What's the current low? 201.40, 201.04. The current low of this rotation, 201.04. Hey, that was almost at 10 cents. Now I'm at $4. As price pop there, the sellers there are buyers stops are getting hit. Oh, there's an iceberg buy that just popped in there too. Shit. Damn, where'd the buyers give up? I need to give up. Yeah, I need to give up. You're not giving up fast enough. All right, back to break even. There is a buying iceberg that's sitting right there and a building too. I don't know if the buyers gave up. They need to give up. They're building. Are they giving it up, though? Because every time it goes down there, they delete it. All right, they deleted it. Okay. They look good for us. Again, 201.04 is the rotation, the low of this rotation. And as price drops, they're deleting it. So that's a good sign. It's just taking too long. Part of me think I want to just take a smaller bite. Okay, that's the selling that I'm looking for. Took forever to do it, or did we? See, every time I say that, now it's popping back up. 200, 296. I'm almost at my 10 cents. That's insane. I was like $3 away. What's that low again on this rotation? Okay, here's a new 5 minutes. So 296. If we was to drop 296, and I think that's probably the 10. If not, I'm gonna just take it all here at 90. I mean, I'm sorry. My numbers are all mixed up. At 70, I'll just take it at 75. It seems like, okay, now we're dropping. Well, I already moved it, so I'm gonna probably only get 9. Yeah, I'm gonna move it to 74 and just take that. It's taking too long. There's a big wall of selling, but this is nerve-wracking a little bit because I'm like $3 away from taking profit, at least $10. I say 296, and we still haven't dropped that yet. 55th. I'm just gonna take 70. Well, I'm gonna move it to 73. I know I'm moving my take profit, but I'm seeing a lot of buyers come in now. And I'm gonna just take it right here. 73 is what I'm gonna take it at. All right, I just took my first 10. Well, not even 10. 73. I'm gonna move my stop to see if we can run the 20. And I left that money on the okay, now we want to sell. There's a buying iceberg. Yeah, I think I made the good right decision. I just took $7 of profit. I moved my stop to protect that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a small profit too. I don't like how we not dropping it. I do have okay, yeah, and I'm out of it. Let me make sure everything is done before I say. And I could be leaving money on the table, but that's slow. Oh my God, now we're dropping it. Why did it take us so long? Yeah, it's a small profit, but that's profit nevertheless. And the reason I'm just deciding to take profit is because two things. I'm seeing there's a lot of iceberg buys that keep popping in and they're holding and they keep building. And that concerns me. Number two, even though, and I could be leaving money, even though we're coming down to the iceberg and to the buying wall, they are deleting orders, but then they just pop in market orders back in. It's at this point, this May 19th or May 9th, I'm sorry, I'm getting my numbers mixed up. I'm sorry, guys. May 9th distribution. There's a lot of iceberg selling that's heavy, but then there's also a iceberg buyer that's just building their orders. So I think just for the safe side, just take a small. I'm going to take a small profit, $7, and I move my stock to protect it, and I'm all the way out of it. I don't want to turn a winning day into a losing day, and I don't want to end this week on a loser either. Because there is a lot of indecision. I am recording, so you will see what I'm talking about. And for those who are using icebergs, I think a bad trader is. I know you're seeing what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, not iceberg. I'm all mixed up this morning. I'm sorry. Bookmap. Who's using Bookmap? You see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of indecision, and there's a big one coming into buyers. So let's just take this profit and end the week strong. And I could be leaving money on the table. And it looks like, let me go back to the book before I go to y'all. See, there's a huge wall of selling, but there's a buyer that's just sitting there, building and building and building. I don't like that. All right, let me go on to you all. We could be leaving money on the table, y'all, and I apologize, but I just don't feel comfortable with all that buying sitting there to hold it and try to get $10 when I can get five or seven, and just end the week on a good note. I apologize if I said 202s. I meant 200s. Misspoke. Uh, so I apologize for that. Yeah, thank you, Wave Master. My apologies. 72 to 74. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a small profit day. And as I'm talking, there's a lot of buying, and that buying iceberg just continues to sit there. And I'm glad I did because that thing dropped to 57. So good taking profit. 10 contracts, 50, was it 75? Okay. Out of 73. Oh, you did. Okay, you averaged in. Good stuff. 65. I don't do a lot of averaging in. A lot of professional traders do. My colleagues do. It's a good strategy. You start small, and then once you see it going in your direction for sure. 65 to 73. Fire. 66 to 76. You got your 10. Nice. 67 to 73. Okay. Price is stuck in that distribution of the ninth, which is also the distribution of the week, the 5th to the ninth of May. 69 to 72, 69 to 75, fire. 64 to 69. Oh, now they don't, now they want to sell it. Okay, 70 to 74 this morning, cut TP. Like, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable. And I could be wrong, but that buying, man, and it was sitting there, that had some staying power. And they kept building on it. And now I'm seeing sales. Oh, they may be dropping it now. Let me see. Yeah, they're trying to drop it. They keep hitting the extreme low of yesterday, 201.90, 201.53, and dropping it. So maybe they're really, none of the sellers are really trying to play now. But that's fine. I'm done. You dropped it at 75. Yeah, what was your entry? Was you at 75? I wanted I wanted it at 76 originally. 70 out of 74, 75. Yeah. 65, nice, bad trader. 65, a dollar more than me, a dollar better than me to 74. Nice way to end the week. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I know you followed the book too, book map. I don't know if you peeped what I was saying, but that was a little worrisome. And I figured let's just take profit and be good for the week. 69 to 75 fire. Okay. 71 to 72 out early. Okay, you got not I mean not that bad of an entry, but still not the best. Good note. Yeah, that's a good note, bad trader. Yeah, the market is closed Monday, so we're a long weekend. Yeah, for sure. Texas Jetty. But when you see opposition like that, you can't ignore it, man. Cannot ignore it. Again, I would rather in green than turn a green day into a red day. Those days burn the most. When you in profit and you turn around, you lose it. Those hurt the most. Out of just straight losing, I can straight lose. If it just wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. But when you're green and you hold on to and that thing turn red, ugh, small profit in the future clear. Yep, yeah, I closed early. Yep. 70 to 73, first win trading. Fire. I wish it was a bigger one. I wish it was a bigger one. Again, I couldn't ignore that buying. And I'm looking at it, the more I'm glad I did, as it still will not drop it. And I'm not looking at the book right now, but there could be some big buyers there. You saw it too. Good stuff, bad trader. Yeah, that was a little worrisome. Texas Jetty, that's happened to me so many times where it's just down to just $1. I would be in profit and it turned around on me. It's happened to me before. I think it's happened to me on here. I think it was that day where most of y'all made profit and I didn't. What was that, a week or two ago? It was like right there, and I and ended up being so those days stay with you. I can accept if I'm wrong, but when I'm right and I just don't get it, that's the ones that burn. But yeah, 1000%. Awesome. Yeah, big or small, the learning and the approach for sure, for sure. Again, I know there was a few that private messaged me. I'll get to you. I actually have to run. I have an appointment, but I'll get to you later. Hopefully, it's not like a urgent thing, but I got you. I seen something about terminologies, and I agree with you. And I forget where I lost it. A suggestion, yeah. Definitional terms. The only thing about that though is that you can talk to 50 different traders and they'll tell you 50 different things. They all mean the same thing. But I can tell you what I use them as. And what I'll do is I'll put those in I don't know if they make sense to put them in the useful videos. But I like the suggestion and I definitely will do that, Barry. I think that's a great suggestion. Um, just trying to figure out where I would do it though. Maybe on the general chat or Useful videos, one of those two. Any suggestions would be great, but I like that. I'm definitely gonna do that. Sure. Like iceberg, wall. Well, iceberg and wall are the same. Well, no, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. Iceberg is the building of order. The wall is the wall of buying or selling, distribution, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yep, yep, yep. Um, so I will definitely have that for sure. Okay. BT, I definitely that's a good one. I'll do that. So look out for that. I will definitely put that on the useful videos and pin it. So, but again, like I said, you can talk to 50 different traders. They will say 50 different things. They'll all be the same thing. Like support and resistance, supply and demand. Um, all of those are technically the same. Just some people think of like support and resistance as just one number when it's really you know, terminology channel. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if Russell's on, but if we can create that, that'd be cool. I think I like that terminology channel. Yeah, that'd be even better. And again, it'll just be mine. Like I said, I wouldn't. You can go to another YouTube channel and may say something different, but it'll be the same. Like I said, the example of like supporting resistance, supply and demand, it's all the same. But the only difference with support and resistance is this technically retail traders use it as one number instead of an area. Like we do distribution area. That's technically supply and demand. And then you add on inventory, which is technically single print. So, but yeah, if Russell, if we can do that, I don't know if you want. If not, I'll just send you a text and suggest that too. I'll text you later. Yeah, but I like that. Thank you so much for that. I will definitely do that. Let's see. Enter that 71, stop half at 55. We should stop at the pump. Stop out at 66 rare today, but could have been worse. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. They would look like they were there. And it looks like there's no technical direction. All right, because that price is popping into technically the profile of last session of the 22nd, which is the right now is playing off the extreme low of that entire day, which is 201.53. They're struggling to make a move past that. And for the last 5, 10, 15 minutes, including right now, this has all been sellers in the market, negative delta, which is worrisome in the fact that these are negative sellers or these are sellers in the market and they haven't been able to push it down. So I think we made the right decision to take profit early. Yeah, exactly. Texas Jetty. Yeah, exactly. But have you seen, if you're looking at the delta though, that's all negative. That's all sellers there, which is it makes sense when you look at the book and see what the book is happening was doing, and especially when they had that big buyer that just was hanging around. Now, as of right now, there's smaller icebergs sitting on the sell side, and they're getting executed, and there's a wall of selling that's going on with it, but the market is not dropping it. Right? It's strange. I mean, on top of that, we're talking about IWM too, which is very sensitive to economic news. And, we're talking about more tariff information, more tariff talk, that's driving the market crazy. Bigger investors are running away from bonds because of the downgrade of our credit, but yet we're seeing buyers step into it. It's just awkward. Yeah, yeah, exactly a bad trader. There's little money to be made on any side, either side. What you would want to see is the wall, further. Even if it's on both sides, you want them to be further apart so you know how much money you could potentially make. Right now, these are pennies. As far as like economic news, why I trade IWM, the only reason I trade IWM is because it's a cheaper investment. Because I when I first started my journey, I traded the diamonds, I traded the spiders, and I traded the Qs along with IWM, or small cap. And just out of those four, um, the small cap was the cheaper investment. So that's why I started to focus on it. I was playing with a smaller account at the time. And the diamonds are technically, excuse me, are cheap too, but they don't move like you would want them to move, especially if you're right. So I stopped looking at the diamonds altogether because of that. Yep, that's the reason why I focus solely on IWM. Also, because I don't have to worry about looking at company news. That's why I only trade the ETFs. With the ETFs, I have to worry about world news, and that's it. When you're trading different companies like Apple and Nvidia and all of those, you have to worry about world news on top of company news, on top of their fundamentals, along with their technicals. I don't have the time to go take a deeper dive into their fundamentals and their budgets and all that stuff. Can I do a Q&A? Yeah, if I, it's hard for me to have time after 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. 10 o'clock is kind of why I do a stop. Things really start to move for me at 10. But if we could do like a Q&A, like a channel, I can always, when I have a moment to stop and breathe, I can always answer. That's why this works perfect for me because 10 o'clock is really when things start to move. They were Russell. Yeah, I think Russell's on here, but I'll text Russell that too. We can do that. That'd be awesome. So I got some homework. Text Russell about the Q&A and then also terminology channel. So terminology channel. So I'll text that to him. Once I get settled, I leave here and get settled. Spiders are more expensive. Yeah, that is for sure. Spiders, I mean, the 500s are definitely more expensive, ETF and other ones. I'm not sure about the future side of it. I think what I've heard, the future side is more volatile. Don't quote me on that. 'Cause I don't. Yeah, now I'm looking and I'm so happy we cut short. It is definitely some strange movement. In the Q&A format, like a Q&A channel. Is that what you mean, Barry? I would say it's hard for me to do anything. Like I said, we're approaching 10 o'clock right now, so it's hard for me to really do anything after that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. 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 Channel. Yeah, I can reach out to a little later on this morning. I like that suggestion too. I like that. Yeah, no, it'll be later. Trust me, I don't have the time to do it right now, but it will be. I'll definitely send him a message. But I thank you for that suggestion too. That's awesome. All right, I gotta rock out of here. I gotta start getting ready. Let me answer the last few. I can't say that on here, because of who I'm affiliated with. But I can send you a private message on what I do outside of IWM because it's recorded and I can't contract because of my contract. I can't say who I'm affiliated with while recording. But most of y'all know. I think I've told a few people. Russell knows for sure. Yep, yep. All right, Texas Jetty, have a great one. Have a great holiday weekend. Do I look at all of your YouTube videos to get started on reading TPL charts? Not all of them. Most of the ones that I think are important are the ones that are in the useful videos. Yep, you have a great weekend. Yes, yes, awesome. Thank you all for joining. Useful videos. So the last one I posted was auction market theory. That's just putting it all together. How I approach the market. I think that's a great one to use or to look at. How to make $100 a day, $100 daily trading stocks. That's just putting it all together from looking at the TPOs to looking at order flow and then putting everything together. And then if you want to do individual ones like order flow, beginner's guide to order flow is there, and then market profile for beginners. Those ones I think are very would be very helpful. All right, I am running out of time, but I will talk to you all later. Again, I'll reach out to Russell later on about those suggestions. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Again, Monday, market is closed. So we'll see each other again on Tuesday. All right, have a safe one.